Welcome into Celtics Post-Game Live, presented by your New England Ford dealers and Ford trucks. Kendrick Perkins, Eddie House, Amina Smith here with you. The Celtics beat the Clippers 116-110, and you guys told me in the pre-game show that this is a get-back game, a revenge game for the Celtics. They got just that in this matchup, got to the paint, cleaned up the glass. Perk, what looked different about the Celtics in this matchup versus 17 days ago?
Well, it was the adjustments that was made. I thought they did a great job of mixing it up on the defensive end, when to go trap Paul George and Kawhi, showing them different coverages. On the offensive end, I thought Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I thought they played with pace, but they played with patience. And they embraced the trap and they trusted the others. The others were huge tonight. Overall, this was the best team win of the season, in my opinion, for the Boston Celtics, the way everybody contributed.
Eddie, you came out here in the all-black, and the Celtics, they showed up in their all-black tonight against the L.A. Clippers.
Yeah, with their black forces on, too. And so, really, I think it was a great team game. Overall team win for them. Everybody showed up. And the one thing I think they did play with pace, and they got stops, and they got after it on the offensive end. They didn't play Clippers basketball. Clippers want to slow it down and dictate the pace. I think the Celtics dictated pace from start to finish. That third quarter, they kind of didn't take care of the basketball and allowed this to be a closer game than what it really could be if they would have took care of the ball. But at the end of the day, you just look at it and say, hey, we got this win, and we move forward.
Marcus Smart was a huge playmaker on the court for the Celtics in this win against the Clippers. Let's hear what he has to say with Abby Chin right now.
Marcus, we spoke this morning. You told me there wasn't any extra juice in this game, but I saw Al Horford nodding over there after the block. How big is this win?
It was huge. We played against a really good Clippers team, that's been going up and striving. In these last couple games, they've been playing really well, got some really great players. And, they match up with us very well, and obviously the loss we took out there, stuck with us. And, to be able to have Al back doing what he do in that game, get that block and protect the rim like he's doing, and you got to commend him.
In that game, it was clear that Kawhi and PG took the talk about Jason and Jaylen personally. What did the Jays show here tonight?
Took it right back. You know what I'm saying? You got 4 really good players who always compete and can get off in any night on any given team. So, they gave the fans their money's worth, and that's what they do. So, but the Jays got the best of them tonight. You just tip your head off to them.
For you, finished 1 assist shy of the double-double. I was pulling for you there. But like you told us this morning, continue to make the right basketball play. How were you able to carve them up?
It was great. It was great. Obviously, I could have forced it and tried to get my 10th assist, but I just took what the defense gave me, and that's what the team's been doing. And, when we do that, it's hard for us to be beat, and it's hard for teams to stick with as long as we play the right way.
Role players stepped up tonight as well. Derek White with that huge block late in this game. I mean, a chip off the old block for you. You giving him pointers here and there?
A little bit, just a tad. D. White is a great defender and a great player overall. So, that's one of the reasons why we wanted him here, to be able to bring that energy that he brings day in and day out on both ends of the floor.
Marcus, congratulations. Thank you. Closing out 2022 with a win.
There we go. Thank you.
Scal joining us live from inside at TD Garden, and Marcus Smart just dishing out dimes all night. 9 assists for Marcus Smart in this win against the Clippers. Scal, how was Marcus Smart able to impact this offense?
The biggest thing I saw is his ability to help Jason and Jaylen get a couple easy baskets. Let's make no mistake about it, the Clippers defense, they're hard to score on in the half court. They sprint back and they try to set up their defense. What Smart was doing by pushing the basketball, hitting guys as they would cut to the basket, getting guys a couple easy looks, and when a guy like Tatum or Brown, they get a few easy ones to go down, all of a sudden the difficult ones are a lot easier for him. So he set the tone. We talked about playing with pace from the start. Marcus Smart just didn't talk about it, he actually did it.
Eddie, how did Marcus Smart lead the charge for the Celtics in this win?
What Scal said is getting these guys easy baskets. And I think Marcus Smart is best when he's not trying to make the home run play, when he's just making the simple play and letting and taking what the defense gives him, exactly what he says. And just go out there and play basketball. Don't try to make the spectacular play, make the right play. And more than not, when he makes the right play, this team is successful. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are more than likely the recipients of his right play, because so much attention, and when he gets to dribbling the ball, they start looking at him and they're cutting. And I think that's one of the great things that these guys have been doing now. They haven't just been statues out there on the perimeter. They've been cutting and making defenses, hey man, account for me when I'm on the perimeter, because I will cut. Not only just I'm gonna just shoot it and get it and then have to go to work.
Yeah, and also Marcus Smart is at his best when he's a star in his role and not trying to do too much. And tonight he was that. Like I said this, about a month ago, he's becoming one of the best pure point guards in the league. Just his ability, his patience, his playmaking ability, but his physicality tonight, right, on the defensive side of things, like anchoring the defense, taking charges, blocking shots at the basket, getting in passing lanes, deflections, just all over the place. And you saw him talking, you saw him communicating. That's who he is. When he gets outside his body and he tries to start doing other things that he's really not capable of doing, that's when you don't get the Marcus Smart that this team needs. But the Marcus Smart tonight, if he can continue to be a star in this role like he was tonight on both ends of the floor, then the sky's the limit for the Boston Celtics, in my opinion.
And Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in this matchup, they were phenomenal, especially coming off of that loss against the Clippers just earlier this month. They outscored Paul George and Kawhi Leonard 58-50. We talked about the battle of the duos coming into this matchup. Scal, how did Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown impose their will on the Clippers?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think a lot of it had to do with the easy baskets that they got from Marcus Smart. Like, those things got him going. And then the one thing that we're seeing, which is I really love about both these guys being superstars, is their ability to carry that second unit when they're out there by themselves, whether it's Tatum or Brown. When those guys are out there, they're starting to become, it's not like a secondary role for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is the guy. Tatum, when he goes with that second team, he is the guy. So I like their aggressiveness with that second unit, and I think that that's helping them, kind of get those 30 points or getting close to 30 on the night.
It was like Jason Tatum came into this matchup and said that I need to protect this house. I need to protect TD Garden. He had 20 points in the first half. He was picking his shots, was aggressive out there on the court. Eddie, what imprint did Jason Tatum leave on this game?
That he's the one, that he's the guy. We all seen The Matrix, right? And who was the one? Neo. No, it's JT, Jason Tatum. He's the one right now. And he ain't got to wear all black. He wearing green and white. And that's what he went out there and did. He put his imprint on the game from the start. Now, what I would have liked to see him, and this is nitpicking, right? Because, we want great to be great. When you really don't have the threes rocking and rolling the way you have, I think you continue to try to get to the basket. And when you do get to the basket, it will open up things for everybody else and you can make plays. But let's not make no mistake about it. He was the best player out there on the court tonight. Jaylen Brown was the second best player out there. They took it personal. They had their all black on. They had their hoodie on. They had their black forces on. They had no mask, no gloves, and they came out there and showed who they were, and that's the reason why they're the best duo in basketball.
Yeah, and also I saw out of Jason Tatum, I saw patience. And patience with him means that he watched film. He watched film of the last game of how the Clippers were guarding him. Because we saw how he was splitting the pick and roll and how he was coming off the screens and having patience, picking his spot, whether to attack downhill, pull up for the 15-footer, or get off the ball. And so that's growth right there. Like, just because it's your play doesn't mean it's your shot. And there was times that he actually embraced the double team and he trusted his teammates. And he didn't actually make the assist, but he made the hockey assist that led to the assist. So that's what I look at. That's what I look at when I look at Jason Tatum and what I saw out of him tonight. We know he's a walking bucket. He's proven that. He's one of the best scorers in the game. But now, making guys around him better, having patience on offense, setting the tone, attacking downhill, that's what he did tonight, and that's why the Celtics got the win.
And Jaylen Brown was also aggressive in this matchup, getting downhill, a couple pair of dunks at the rim. Scal, just how was Jaylen Brown able to affect the flow of this game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that stretch there to start the fourth quarter was huge for them. And we talked about pace, and I thought he got out and ran. And with that pace and got some easy buckets, it really opened up the offense for the Celtics.
And Perk, what did you see out of Jaylen Brown with him working out there with Jason Tatum, but also finding his own flow?
Well, I saw every time the Clippers made a run, he was like, give me the ball, and he stopped it. Like, whether it was in the second quarter, fourth quarter, you know, when he was playing with that second unit, like Scal said, but he was just aggressive. He was aggressive, and Marcus Smart talked about it after the game where it was like, oh, it was just another game. They wasn't overhyped when they said it pregame, but postgame, he just admitted that, you know, they remember that whipping that they got in LA. And so that's what it seemed like out of JB. Like, we have to remember this. JB is the one, when you think about Jason Tatum, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard, that's like the odd man out. So every time he get an opportunity to prove that he should be in that elite company, he always rises to the occasion. And that's what he did tonight.
I think Jaylen Brown also understood that if you play fast, right, against this Clipper team, I don't think the Clippers can play in a fast-paced game. I think they want to slow it down, and he recognized, hey, man, I could get a lot of easy baskets if I run the floor. A lot of times he was getting the ball, he was going quick with it. He wasn't taking his time, trying to wind anybody up and getting his bag. He was going quick with it. If he was not having the ball in his hands, he was running the floor, getting it, and still going quick. Somebody take a look at where the ball was, got caught ball watching, he made a cut and got an easy basket. I think that's what he recognized and went out there and took advantage of that. And that's another thing where you were saying, Perk, that Jason Tatum watched film. I think Jaylen Brown also studied the film and seen, this is the way I could get some easy buckets too.